My family disowned me after my girlfriend accused me of snuggling her, and now they want to reconnect. My ex-girlfriend cheated on me, and when I found out and confronted her, she panicked. To cover up her actions, she told nearly everyone we knew that I had snuggled her. I was taken into custody during the investigation, but ultimately released due to lack of evidence. By that point, though, the damage was done. My parents had already disowned me. Most of my friends distanced themselves. Even though I wasn't convicted or charged, they still believed I was guilty, that I'd just gotten lucky. Only my best friend helped me, secretly, behind their backs. Eventually, I ran away. I had nothing left to lose, no one liked me, no one even spoke to me. My college barred me from attending classes in person. I was only allowed to receive assignments by email and come in for exams. So I left. I moved as far away from that town as I could and got a small apartment. I worked community jobs, saved some money, and started to stabilize. After a while, I decided to legally change my name. Something about seeing my old name just filled me with disgust. I still can't fully explain why. That helped. I got a clean slate. I even started university again, though I don't really know why. I was poor, in massive debt, and barely staying afloat. But somehow, I finished my degree in teaching. I moved to a country on the opposite side of the globe and settled there. Eventually, I met someone. She's now my wife. In the beginning, I couldn't trust her. I'd flinch if she touched me. I'd fidget whenever she got too close. But she was so patient, unbelievably patient, and I fell completely in love with her. We had twins, a daughter and a son. I adore them more than anything in this world. Her family welcomed me quickly, even though I was a foreigner and they had every reason not to trust me. They treated me well. They reminded me what it feels like to be loved. We're happy now. We live in a nice house. I have a job I enjoy. My kids are growing up safe and loved. That is until last night. I was playing PlayStation with my son while my wife and daughter were outside in the garden. There was a knock at the door, and when I opened it, it was my father. He smiled weakly and started to speak, but I slammed the door so hard that I scared my son. I brought him to his room and called for my wife to take our daughter upstairs. I was freaking out. So was she. My father kept knocking. I completely broke down. My wife comforted me, then went to answer the door herself. She asked who he was, and he said he was my father. I had given her a vague version of my past, and she had always shown me nothing but love and sorrow over it. She looked furious and started screaming at him for abandoning me. After she calmed down, I told her to let him in, and to keep the kids busy while I spoke with him. He told me he had been doing a favor for my ex, clearing out her phone for her. While going through her messages, he stumbled across a conversation between her and the guy she cheated on me with. They were expressing guilt over ruining my life and wishing they could take it back. He didn't confront her. He didn't want to revive a dead situation, but he started quietly searching for me, hoping to share that he now believed I was innocent. I don't know how he found me. I don't care. But he was there. I didn't know what to do. I walked for hours trying to clear my head. Eventually, I decided to visit him at his hotel. I told him, respectfully, that I wasn't looking for reconciliation. He had tears in his eyes, but he understood. He told me he had cut my ex out of the family completely. I asked him why there was still contact at all, and he said she apparently felt too guilty to let us go, which I didn't believe for a second. But it was closure, at least. He said my mother didn't take the news well and had asked for my number, but he didn't give it to her. I didn't know what I could trust, it all felt like a trap to drag me back in. After all, they threw me out like a rabid dog. I told my son that the man at the door was just a colleague. I plan to tell both my kids the truth one day, when they're older and struggling. So they'll know their father truly understands pain. We were fine. It shook me up, but I had my father's word that he'd keep my new life private. Until he broke that promise. Something happened that forced me to return home. My family crossed a line, and I'd had enough. I flew back to my home country and met with everyone, my mom, dad, brother, even my ex. I was nervous, but the moment I saw them, I realized something. I didn't see them as family anymore. I recognized their faces, sure. But they didn't feel like mine. Not like my wife and children do. Not like my in-laws do. My mother broke into tears and tried to apologize. I felt nothing but disgust. My father comforted her. My brother was the one who kept it together and started the conversation. He asked how I was doing. I told him to cut the small talk. I said this meeting was on my terms. I told them I wasn't there to reconcile, just for closure. I warned them that if they ever tried to contact me again, I'd call the police. Then I asked why they abandoned me, even after the police said there was no evidence. My parents said they acted rashly, seeing me in custody broke their hearts. I called them out. They never defended me. Never gave me a chance. Then I asked my brother why he never reached out. He was shocked. He said he had, hundreds of times. He even tried sending money to help me. But he assumed I hated him because he never got a response. Turns out, my mother had blocked my number on all their phones, even the ones she paid for. I never even knew. Then came the cherry on top, my ex. I asked her why she did it. She said she panicked and was scared of what would happen. She claimed she never stopped loving me and that therapy made her feel guiltier every day. She said she never dated anyone else, that she was hoping one day I'd come back and she could apologize. But that was another lie. My father found messages between her and 3 different guys. She broke down crying and tried to hold my hand. She had the audacity to ask for another chance. That's when I pulled out my phone. I showed them all hundreds of pictures, of my kids' milestones, of our family trips, of my children's first day of school, of my wife smiling in my arms. I looked my ex in the eyes and told her, "This is what you could have had if you weren't so stupid." To my parents, I said, "This is what you missed by not even giving me a chance." I had a moment where I thought I went too far. But compared to what they did to me, no. I didn't. Not everything about the trip was miserable, though. I reconnected with my old best friend and his family. They were happy to see me, the only ones who were ever there when it felt like the whole world had turned against me. One day, I'll bring my kids back to that country to show them where half their culture comes from. But they will never meet my family. As far as I'm concerned, my only family is my wife, her family, and our kids. And I think I'm okay with that. Like and follow Reactionary Realms for more.